Prior to this point, we know that two triangles are congruent to each other if every side is congruent to a corresponding side in each triangle. So for instance, what that means is this side corresponds to that side and they're congruent. This side corresponds to this side and they're congruent. And this side corresponds to this side and they're congruent. And also that all three angles are congruent to a corresponding angle in the other triangle. So I know that B is congruent to E. And a part of that is, look, do you see B here is in the same position that E is? C has to be congruent to F because it is in the corresponding position, okay? And their names, the order of their names also goes that way. So we have to know, prior to this point, 6 pieces of information. Now, after this, we're going to learn triangle congruency theorems. And because of these theorems, we only need 3 pieces of information. One of the theorems is side, angle, side. They have to be in that order. Or angle, angle, side. Or angle, side, angle. We have side, 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 so all 3 sides gives us congruent triangle. Or a hypotenuse leg on a right triangle. So this works for a right triangle. Okay, so those are the 4 or 5 triangle congruency theorems that we can use. So that's what we're going to be looking for. So here we have side, angle, side, and if you see, I have a side that's congruent, and then I have an angle, and then I have a side. And notice the order, they're in the same place, right? Blue, pink, purple, okay? The orders go together. Now, the other thing that this section is going to say is going to have in it is the corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And we call that the CPCTC, okay? So if I know that those 3 are congruent, then I know everything else is congruent. I know R is congruent to X. I know T is congruent to Z. And I know this last side is congruent to that, okay? You give me 3 pieces of information, I know all 6. All right, so if we look here at these 2 triangles, I know by side, side, angle, side. Triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB. Order matters, okay? A is congruent to angle C, okay? B is after the pink marks, and so is D. It has to be there together, all right? And then by corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent, all the other corresponding sides and angles are the same, okay? Now, what's next? So the next one is side, side, side. And you can see the marks here. So it's our example is going to be which of the following pairs are congruent by side, angle, side, or side, side, side. So if we look here, I've got side, and side, right? So here, I have side, I have angle, and I have a side. And let me write that. I have side, angle, side. And even if I did it here, side, angle, maybe that will help you see it. Okay? So here, I have angle here. I have a side. And I have a side. Now, is that in the right order? No, it's not, because this is angle, side, side. Okay, and we'll talk about more of that in class. But notice on this, the angle up here is in between the two sides, right? And it is not here. So when you're looking at these, if I start right here, and if I want to go this way, I'm skipping the, I don't have this piece of information, this angle right here. I'm skipping it. I don't have this side. I'm skipping it. You can't skip two pieces of information. Okay? If I'm here and I go this way, I'm skipping this, I don't know it, but then look, I've got the side. So I'm not, excuse me, I'm only skipping one piece of information. I can do that. So this either is side, side, angle, or angle, side, side, and it doesn't work either way. So this is a no. It's not that they're not congruent, it's really not enough info. We just don't have enough info to prove it. And then here, I have side, and look, I can't go this way because I've got too many unknowns, right? So I have to go this way. I got an angle. And then I have a side. So side, angle, side. All right, so if we look at this, it says, what additional information is needed to show that these two triangles are congruent by side, angle, side? Well, I have a side. I have an angle. So I need a side, right? I need CA to be congruent to side FD. That would be the piece I'm missing. Okay, so here, is STU congruent to XYZ? Yes, by side, angle, side. Now, if you don't see these, ask me in class tomorrow, okay? Is any additional information needed to show that these two triangles are congruent by side, angle, side? Well, let's look at what we got. We have a side. We have an angle. And we have a side. But are they next to each other? No, we really need this side ED to be congruent. Ooh, that pink is awful. To side HG. Okay? Again, mark that if you need me to talk about it in class. We will do this next one in class. We're gonna do this next part in class, like I just said, and then I have a little bit more that I'm gonna do in the video. So here, angle, angle, sides, if two angles and a non-included angle. So we have angle, it's got one mark, so it's this one. And then angle, two marks, so it goes here, side. Okay, so here, state whether each pair is congruent by one of these. So here we got angle, side, angle, right? So they're congruent by angle, side, angle. Here, what we got? Side, side, side. Here, let's see, we got a one angle, we got a second angle, and we have a side. Now, are these guys in the right order? The pink angle is in between the purple and the blue. The pink angle is in between the purple and the blue. So yeah, I got angle, angle, side. And then this last one, let's see, I got a side, I got an angle, and I got a side. So look at this real close. Are they in the right order? On this one, the blue angle is in between the pink side and the purple side. But shouldn't that be over here? This angle should have been here, right? So this is not enough info. All right? Okay, so we're going to do proofs in class, but I'm going to do this little one right here in this video. So it says given GH is congruent to KL, and that's here. And then it says angle GFH, which would be this angle, is congruent to KJL. And that would be this right here. And then angle FGH is congruent to JKL. And that's that one. So now it says triangle FGH is congruent to JKL, and yes it is, I know that, by angle, angle, side. So then it says that, let's see, what color did I not use? Purple. FH is congruent to JL, and I know that because I just proved that those two triangles are congruent, right? That means everybody has a corresponding piece that's congruent to it. So this is corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And then this, what additional information is needed to show that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by angle, side, angle. So it must be that I need angle B to be congruent to angle E. Then it says, what additional information do we need to do it by, let me erase. I should have written that up here now that I see that. The second one, angle B is congruent to angle E. And then it wants angle, angle, side. So I got an angle side, I'm gonna need this angle. I need angle C to be congruent to angle F. So I got angle, angle, side. Now, you're also going to have problems that look like this. Hey, I'm telling you, these two are congruent. So I would know that 2x minus 3 has to equal 9. And I would just solve for x. And that's it. That's it for the video. See you tomorrow.